My name is Rosemary Otando, and I will take you through open access resources and services that you can access while you are doing your research wherever you are. You don't have to have a password for you to be able to use these research materials. So before I take you through the open access resources, I'll just introduce you on what open access movement is. It gained momentum around 2001 with the signing of the Budapest Open Access Initiatives and the Batseba Statement on Open Access Publishing in 2003 and the Berlin Declaration on Open Access Knowledge in the Science and Humanities in 2003. Open access is just making all resources freely available to researchers globally for development. And these resources may include publicly funded research, institutional funded research, and other literature research that maybe an author decides to share with other researchers and without expectation of payment. We have general benefits of open access, and one of the benefits of open access is the equity of access to knowledge and sharing. As we all know that information can be very expensive because when you're purchasing a book or subscribing journals, electronic books, you have to use a lot of money. But when it comes to open access resources, they are free. So any institution or a researcher is able to access the resources free of charge. Then also it increases readership, visibility, and duplication. It increases readership and visibility. For example, when research is done and it's online, you'll be able to access that research online compared to print materials where you have to visit a library. So you are making your research visible out there. It also reduces duplication in such a way that when your research is open, you'll be able to know who has copied your work. Another benefit is expanding opportunities for teaching and learning through improved access to local publications. And as we are all aware, and as I had mentioned earlier, is that information resources is very, very expensive. But when you have these open access resources, the lecturers, the students will be able to access free of charge. Another benefit is better returns on research funding. For example, if you have been funded some work to do, and you share out there with others, it is better returns because somebody will be able to build on the research that you have already done. There are two ways or two channels of open access. One is publishing in open access journals, and that is the gold rod. And the second one is depositing scholarly articles in repositories, that is the green rod. I will start with the open access resources, that is the gold rod, the open access repositories. If you just search list of repositories, you'll be able to get a list of repositories globally, and the University of Nairobi repository is one of them. If you click on this link, it will take you to list of repositories that you can access and get free information resources. In this website, you just go to browse and you'll find a list of countries and the number of repositories within that country. For example, if you come to Kenya, you'll find that Kenya has got 42 repositories, and you can be able to access the information within that repository without any problem. I will take you through one of the repositories that has very rich information resources that you can be able to use. And it's called CSIR. It is a repository from South Africa. You can see the communities, that is the subject areas that it has captured. If you are a student who is doing built environment, you'll be able to access information resources from this repository. We also have consent letters, we have publications, defense, peace and safety and security. We have information and communication technology, and many others that you will be able to access freely. I just want to also take you through the World Bank repository, just to look at it and see the wide range of information resources that you can be able to get in these repositories. The World Bank repository has got a lot of very rich reports that touches on all subject areas. For example, if you want anything on health, anything on education globally, you'll be able to get from this repository. So you can see how these repositories can assist you or support you when it comes to doing your research. You won't pay for these resources. They are just for free. Then we have government-funded repositories. All over the world, governments have come up with repositories to ensure that their citizens access information about the government. In Kenya, we have such repositories. And as you all know that our constitution, Article 35, on every citizen has the right of access of information held by the state. We also have a few of international covenants, like the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, which Kenya has ratified, and it also imposes that states should ensure that their citizens access government information. We also have the Berlin Convention, whereby some of the universities are part of the signatories, and it says that having scientific knowledge and cultural heritage accessible worldwide, that every citizen should be able to access scientific knowledge and cultural heritage worldwide. And the University of Nairobi is one of the signatories. The open data initiatives in Kenya, if you want to see the open data database, you will just go to the University of Nairobi Library website and you will see a list of all the open data sources. Locally, you'll find the Kenya Open Data, you'll find the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, Kenya Data Portal, and African Open Data Networks. And then we'll also get other international sources, the World Bank Open Data, the Google Public Explorer, and other extra. For example, like at such a time you want information on COVID-19, you'll be able to get it in this website. We also have the Kenya law that you can access globally, you can access freely. Then when it comes to open access journals and books, we have variety, a lot of open access journals, and some of them are listed here. And I'll just go through maybe one to see the information that you can be able to access freely. I will just try on UoN paper. UoN paper is a database that can really support students who are doing economics, statistics, business, and all that. And you find that you have a lot of working papers in economics, journal articles, book chapters, and other publications that you can get when it comes to economics, management, business, and statistics. When it comes to law, we also have a few databases that are free. The Saflia Law Report, we have World Legal Information Reports, and I'll just try one so that you can see the rich global information that you can be able to access freely. This is the SAFLI, Southern African Legal Information Institute, and it has all these resources related to law that you can be able to access. We also have this Legal Information Institution. This is a World Legal database, and it has all this information related to legal area that you can be able to access. Some of them are like the appeal courts, international decisions, the law journals, the law reforms, the treaties, international law, privacy law. You'll get them in this database. So you can see generally how much that you can be able to access and support your research. We also have other journals like AJOL, which is free, although it is embargoed for 3 years. After 3 years, you get the archives free. We have commercial publishers that also support open access resources. We have the Elsevier Open Access Journals. We have PLOS. We have the Director of Open Access Journals, Oxford Open Access Journals, and the Kenya Law. Maybe we can just try this Kenya Law for you to see how much we can access in Kenya. This is the database for open access Kenya Law, and we have all these medical sciences. It is a multidisciplinary database. We have medical science, We have social sciences, biological, physical, arts, legal, and all these are free of charge, and researchers are free to support their research. We can also try one. This is the Directory of Open Access Journals. This is also a multidisciplinary database that has almost 9,000 journals that you can access. This is also free, and you can search the journal that you want or the article. You can browse the subjects. You can see these are the subject areas that are covered in this database: agriculture, education, fine art, law, medicine, and all that. So you can be able to access this database free of charge, and many more, like now the PubMed Central is free, Oxford Open Access Journals is free. Apart from the open data initiatives and the open access journals, we also have open access books that you can also access freely. This is the Directory of Open Access Books. We have African Digital Library. The African Digital Library, when you get to the website, make sure that you are able to register first. You have to register for you to be able to access these resources. And it has almost 50,000 books that you can be able to access. Maybe I just go through maybe one again. This is the Directory of Open Access Books, and it is a daughter of the Directory of Open Access Journals, and you can be able to access books free of charge. It is supported by these publishers and international organizations. Apart from that, we also have the free books that you can use. The National Academies Press in the US has made its monographs series free. You can be able to use those ones also. And more, you can also go to the library, University of Nairobi Library website, and you'll see a list of all the open access resources that you can access and support your research. So you can see that we have a lot of resources for you. Apart from the ones that we subscribe to, you can get more that you can use for your research. When you want to publish, I know most of you would like to publish. And open access, as I had mentioned earlier, that one of the method of open access is open access publishing. And we have quite a number of publishers that support open access too. How to find a suitable open access journal. When you go to DOAJ, where we had just gone to, you'll be able to be guided on how you can publish your article. As I had mentioned to you that DOAJ is a multidisciplinary database, you will identify your subject area, identify the journals that are within that subject area, and publish in it. We have this area here for publishers, whereby you'll be given information on the process of publishing in Directory of Open Access Journals. We also have this Cofactor Journal Selector tool, which will also guide you on how to publish in open access journals or books. When you select a tool, it will take you to their website. This is the Cofactor Journal Selector, and you'll be guided on how to publish in this particular database. We also have online guide to open access journal publishing. This is by University of Lund, and it will also give you a guide on how you can publish in open access journals or open access books. Most of us, when we want to publish, we think about the cost, and that is what usually discourages us from publishing. There's quite a number of journals or databases or books that you can publish, and if you request for waiver, you can be given the waiver. So you can find a no-cost open access journal, and there are about 65% of open access journals that may not charge you. If there's charges, sometimes you can also request for waiver. But it's important to note that researchers in any country can request for fee waiver if unable to pay. So that should not be a reason for you not to publish in open access journals. I've just come up with the publishers that you can reach when you want to publish either your books or your articles, your book chapters. If you go to Cambridge University, it supports open access monographs, so you can be able to publish your book chapter in Cambridge University Press. You can also publish your book chapter in Luminous Publishing and Open Humanities Press and Athabasca University Press. Maybe I can just show you this last one, Athabasca University Press. It is a Canadian university, and when you go to their website, they'll be able to guide you on how you can publish in their press. Other open access publishers include eLife Science, DOAJ, Ubiquity, Directory of Open Access Books that I had mentioned before, Science Open, and Simago Journals. Simago Journals contain both commercial and open access, but they are quality journals. And when the universities are being ranked, like the Webometrics, they check the Simago institution ranking. They check whether our researchers have published in Simago. And this is a platform that you can also use to publish your journal articles, and it is a multidisciplinary platform. You will just go through all the journals and see the one that is relevant to your area and be able to publish it. It is very easy because they will give you up the process of publishing and all that. In every journal, when you go through the journal, they will show you the process of publishing in that particular journal. I had mentioned about costs, and there are some notable examples of open access databases and journals that may waive your article processing fee, and one of them is Open Library Humanities. If you go through that, they will show you on how they can waive your publishing fee. We also have the Biomed Central, which also can waive your fee, the Hindawi waiver policy, the Hindawi Press, and maybe I can just try this. You'll be given information on waiver, who is qualified, and you can see the countries that you can get waiver, like Kenya can be waived. You can be able to publish freely. We also have PLOS that also waives the cost of publishing. And still on waiver, the Kenya Library and Information Services Consortium, in collaboration with IFO, has negotiated a number of agreements with publishers that secure waiver or discounted article processing charges for researchers in Kenya. The University of Nairobi is one of the members of the Kenya Library and Information Services Consortium. So if you want to get more information about the waiver, you get to this link to negotiated agreements. And if you click on this link, it will direct you to the electronic information for library website. And here you'll be able to get to know the products that are included in the waiver. These are the products. For example, if you take Cambridge University Press, you'll be provided with the terms and conditions of the waiver, the countries that are included, and here Kenya is one of them, and how it works. More information about the waiver, how do I know the exact cost of the discounted APC, and it gives you the list of the journals that are included in the waiver, Cambridge University journals that are included in the waiver. You can also get more information because we are given the contact person in case you don't understand the policy when it comes to the waiver. You can also view the list of titles here, as I had mentioned. And when you go to another one, maybe we just go to the next one, that is Taylor Less, for example, Taylor and Francis. When you go through, you'll also be given the conditions and the lists, and you can also view the list of all the titles under Taylor and Francis and the prices, the waiver, if it is 50%, if it is 0%, if it is full or 50%, they will guide you. There is also a link to list of eligible journals that you can publish in, giving details of waiver and discount. For the complete list, click on e-resources. You'll be given a complete list of all the products that are in this project. And if you click on any, it will take you to the guide on issues to do with the waiver. And if you click on article processing fee, you'll also be guided. For example, if you take Cambridge University and click on this Cambridge website page list, you can view the list, you can view the titles and the waiver. And also you can go to the University of Nairobi Library website. We have a page that can give you more information on waiver of publishing costs. When it comes to open access, we have also questionable journals, and you may find yourself you have published in a questionable journal. For you to be safe, you need to follow these safety measures. This is the strict inclusion criteria for quality open access journals. So for you to be safe, ensure these journals are included in the following. That is, in Directory of Open Access Journals, listed in the Web of Science, listed in Thomas Reuters journals, and also listed in SIMAGO. And as I had mentioned, SIMAGO includes both commercial and open access. That's all on open access resources and services, and I hope you will make use of these resources to support your research. Thank you.